Well then, so Mickey, after Wilder's win last week, has it felt different in training this week?
Yeah, it's always different after you get a result. We've always got a good result during the week as well, with using the whole squad to try and represent us in other games. So no, it's been a good week, good week's training, and it's always as good after you get a positive result.
And how pleased were you when you got Jay Spearing's red card overturned as well?
Yeah, very, because I've never, in all my career as manager, I've never had one overturned. Felt it was very, very harsh, very harsh. It did confuse me a wee bit as to how you can tackle when you get sent off for tackles like that. I didn't see him out of control or reckless or studs first or anything like that, so I was surprised and disappointed really. But not unpleased that common sense prevailed, and we don't get the added punishment of another 3 games as well as losing them for half a game. So no, we're pleased to have him back involved again.
So when you put that appeal in, were you worried that it wouldn't be overturned, or were you confident with the argument you had that it would be rescinded?
No, you're never overconfident, because, as I say, I've never had one turned over before. But it goes to show you that people, they look at it, and people they look at it with a fair eye. And I think that, as I say, common sense prevailed and the right decision was made.
And looking back at that win, how pleased is that you had more chances to score? You had a goal disallowed too as well. So, you could have scored more, couldn't you? So you must feel confident in that as well going forward.
Well, we've been working hard and trying to get the right people into the right areas in order to give ourselves more opportunities to score. We keep saying we're a work in progress, because we have brought a lot of new players into the group, and we are still working forward. We've still got a lot of work to do in it, and believe that there's still a lot of improvement to be made, which is exciting. So we just keep on going, keep going forward, and keep trying to, because Tranmere is about attacking football, and we just keep trying to do that, and then also defending properly as well. We're certainly keeping clean sheets, so we want to get that balance right. It was every credit to the players. We played very well.
And you got a lot of crosses into the box as well, didn't you? And the majority of them were dangerous, so that's a good sign as well, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. It's all through football. It's set plays, crossing are the highest goals are probably scored from the kind of area. So it's important that we're able to do that. But it's also important that we're threatening from all sort of areas that you can score goals in.
And it's all about putting in the same performance again this weekend, albeit against the league leaders.
Yeah, it's going to be a very tough game. They've come out of the traps extremely well. They're at home, so it's all for us to go and take up the challenge of competing against the league leaders. And we look forward to that challenge, and gives us another opportunity to benchmark ourselves against the team that's at the top of the league at the minute. And so we'll be able to see where we're up to in our terms of how we're developing as a group. And
Matt Stevens and Jamil Matt have caught the eye with 6 goals each already this season, but they've not come up against a defence like Tranmere yet, have they?
Well, we hope so, but we have got very experienced defenders who we hope on the day continue to do the great work that they're doing and make it very difficult for people to get opportunities against us. So we will be hoping for more of the same.
And you've got the meanest defence so far in the season. How important is it to have those players who just love keeping clean sheets as well?
Oh, massively important. They take great pride, and they work very hard in making it very difficult to score against. So we'll continue to do that, because it gives you a better opportunity of winning games. If you can keep clean sheets, you only need 1 goal then, so it's really important. But we'll continue to keep working hard at it.
And finally, for me, is Joe Murphy available again, and any other fitness issues?
No, Joe won't be available. He's probably going to be after the weekend now. So that's the right thing to do, to make sure that first and foremost that your players are safe. Football comes second to that. And it's been recommended to us that Joe won't be available this weekend. So no hesitation in just getting on with that and doing the best we can this weekend if anything comes our way.
Okay, brilliant. Cheers.
Thank you.
Mickey, fans enjoyed a really great attacking performance on Saturday, but this weekend you've got the league's highest scorers against the league's meanest defence. So how do you approach a game like that?
No, it'll be 0-0, won't it? No, we trying to find a way of playing, see that we can put some consistency into the group, see that we can build something forward when we know what we're good at and what we've got to get better at, and try and find the consistency of that. So we'll play the way that we believe will give us a chance of getting the result. Obviously, we really respect that Forest Green have come out of the traps very, very quickly, but we believe we've got enough to cause them problems as well. So it should make for a brilliant game. Listen, that's what we want. We want playing good games of football with teams that have great strengths, and you want to try and unpick them, and they'll try and unpick us. So it should make for a good day.
Yeah, there's probably no danger of Forest Green trying to sit back and just try and contain Tranmere, is there? They'll be looking to try and you know, take the game to you as the hosts. But I suppose the idea behind that is that they'll leave holes at the back and can use some of the pace of these wide players to try and exploit it.
Well, yeah, that's what we try and do all the time. We will try and find their weaknesses. They'll try and find ours. Both teams will no doubt have strengths and weaknesses. Try and unpick that and hope your good players turn up on the day and perform very, very well at what they're in the team to do. But I'm looking forward to the game. I really am. I'm looking forward to going down and contesting a really good game of football against an old player of mine, Rob Edwards, who used to play for me when I was at Fleetwood. So it's great to see him doing so well. He's a great lad. Really, really pleased that he's enjoying his management at Forest Green.
Yeah, we really enjoyed the performance on the right-hand side last week of McManaman and Cogley. We spoke to Callum MacDonald, obviously now come back into the frame, now back in the side. And what sort of expectation will you have from him to try and sort of replicate that on the left-hand side, that sort of same dynamism that we've seen on the right recently?
Well, of course, if we can create some competition in the team and responsibility in the team that we want to attack down both sides and down the middle as well, and then try and be competitive from set plays, and that's about what building a team is all about. But to be fair to Callum, his fitness, he missed pretty much all of pre-season, so he's playing a wee bit of catch-up, but he's a really good player, and I knew that before I came back to Tranmere. So it's about building on his fitness, and he'll get that as the weeks go past in time, and he's obviously playing with a really good player in front of him, and Josh. So no, we want to continue to build the partnerships and the relationships, and for the good of Tranmere.
Yeah, and of course, our first goal for Elliot Nevitt as well in the league at Prenton Park on Saturday. It's obviously going to give him a great boost. He's got up and running now, and you spoke about him making those runs in front of the defender and improving his game and stuff like that. So if he's got good players sort of like McManaman and Josh, who are capable of putting great crosses in, backed by these two fullbacks as well, this is music to the ears of Elliot Nevitt, isn't it?
Yeah, it should be. We obviously, Elliot, we always keep saying to everybody that Elliot's come into a level now where you are coming up against better defenders who are going to make it more difficult for you to get chances. So it was always going to be the way that we were going to have to help him with understanding when and where and how to make the kind of runs and get across people. So and he's doing that. He's attacking that. And behind him, we've got good players like Maynard, who and behind closed doors game and the game against Leeds scored a couple of goals as well. So we have got good competition for places that if we're not getting it at some stage in the game what we want, then we have got good competition all through the team. But we encourage them all. We want them all to be really good. I want them all to keep performing well because it's all about Tranmere. So Elliot will get there and hopefully get us another goal at the weekend. And then if we need other strikers to go in there, we've got that facility as well.
It felt like the handbrake had come off a bit on Saturday against Salford. And I suppose at any level of football, players, if you've got a new team, they're trying to sort of find where they are, pitch themselves against their opponent. Is there a case that might have been the case in some of these first games when with a new team just trying to feel its way into a gelled side?
I think so. I think in everything that you get involved in, it's about relationships and getting to know each other better, whether that be the manager and the team each other and the team with the manager. We're finding out about what our strengths and weaknesses are when we mix them up or blend them up, and how we can best attack and how we can best defend. And it takes time. Nobody knows how long or how little it takes, but it takes a wee bit of time to try and find that out. We've still got a long way to go. We've still got a lot of time to spend together to get to know each other better. We've still got other challenges to face that we will have to overcome and find a way of doing that. But that's the beauty of football, and that's the challenge for us all, is to continue to keep trying to build on that. And it'll be no different. Saturday's a different challenge to us against different opponents. So it'll be about us learning how to overcome that and how to be consistent in the things that we're good at.
Just final one from me. We saw yesterday that your old captain, Steve McNulty, is returning to the club in a coaching capacity. I know there was a little bit of talk of that before he finished as a player with Rovers, but obviously now he's on his way back to help with the academy players. Have you had any involvement in that yourself, or is that just something that's come about?
No, I did, yeah. I spoke to Stephen. He stepped out of football for a wee bit, and then I met him. I'd spoke to him before I left, and I spoke to him when I came back, and spoke to him about what roles may come available and the path that he needs to do in order to get his qualifications. And but Tranmere, when I spoke to the owner, we believed that we don't bring people back for favours. We bring them back because we think that they might be able to now or potentially in the future make the club better with the qualities that they have to do that. So we believe that Stephen, not only is he done brilliantly for Tranmere, we believe that he's got the qualities as a person becoming a coach, that he can help the young players in the academy to keep improving. So he's in there now and he'll get his qualifications, and like all the coaching staff here, we'll challenge them to keep improving and keep getting better, because it is always only about Tranmere. So we think that we can get some people in that give Tranmere a better chance of being a better football club at whatever level we bring them in at, then we will continue to do that. But the nice part about it is that in this occasion it's an ex-captain who did particularly well for Tranmere, and the fans adore. So that's the added plus on top of that. But it's not just a case of let's bring in people that we really like. Stephen will add to the building, and we'll work with him and speak with him, and hopefully we can keep pushing his coaching journey forward and be a great asset to the football club.
With the expectation being so high on Tranmere to deliver each season as things stand, does it make it harder for academy players to try and break through? Because obviously Tranmere had a great history of bringing through academy players, and obviously they had to shorten things down a bit when they moved into non-league football and whatnot. But as the landscape changed for academy players, is it all the more harder now because of expectation?
Well, I think over the last sort of couple of weeks, month, we have, myself, the chairman, and everybody concerned, we've sat down and we are quite far on in the building of a new recruitment process. It's made big strides forward in the last couple of days, where we will be able to recruit because of the people and the ability to be able to do it, because of the great people that we're bringing into the recruitment process now. We'll have the ability to be able to get out there and recruit for Tranmere for now, for Tranmere for the future, and Tranmere for the medium term as well. So long, medium, and the immediate. So we're well on the way to doing that now. So we will only recruit players at whatever age. So Elliot Nevitt, as an example, we will work with them now to make them good Tranmere players or assets to the football club, whatever age they are. the important thing for everybody to remember is it just automatically because you have a youth team doesn't mean to say you because things have changed now. The whole landscape of youth football with the Triple P completely changed. Where we did have good players in the academy and in the youth team, but bigger clubs could just come and take them off us, and it didn't. The money side of it, how much it cost us to do that, and what we were actually getting out of it at the end, in terms of first team players, just wasn't adding up. We had to find another way of doing it, and the owner has brought us all together, and it's one of the things that we want to do now is now recruit again behind the first team or for a first team. So a player will be brought for a reason. It'll be up to us to coach him into being first team players, or can he come immediately in to being a first team player. So we're well on the way with that. We're going to find a different way other than the academy to try and supply the first team with footballers now. We're going to look in areas that we believe that we can be competitive in, and use the recruitment plan that we are close to finishing and putting in place with the right people involved in it, in order to give ourselves a chance of continually making our own players, if you like, or getting out there and identifying talent that is ready to get right into the first team now. So it's been a really brilliant process that we're going through. We're really enjoying it. Chairman's been involved in it, and we've all brought our bits of experience together, and we hopefully will be able to drive things forward very, very quickly.
Does that include relationships with other clubs specifically, or can't you share that at the moment?
I've always had great relationships with our clubs. At times you have to look at it and think we need to make Tranmere's first team better, and other clubs have players that are not playing in the first team and they're available to us, and we can, because listen, unless you're in the Premier League, we're all sort of developing players to move up levels. So if we can develop players by coming here and make our first team better, make our squad stronger for the good of Tranmere, then we'll continue to look at doing that as well. It's another area of recruitment for us that we have to be good at, because as you've seen, the success that you can get from it, the talented players that you can bring in. So no, it's just another area of recruitment that in this process that we're just about to finish and put the right people in place that we've been working on.
Sounds exciting. Brilliant. Thanks very much, Mickey. Appreciate it.
All right. Take it easy. See you later.